So, Live in a Hole by Pantera, and why it's one of my favorite songs. It's not 100% my favorite, it's only in the top 10 and not my absolute favorite. And, but it's still a very high song on my list of songs that I really like. So, and I will And what you will hear now is just me kinda relating every part of the lyrics to me. So, full of grief, I scream at the wind. Thought I heard the words of others. So, this is something that loneliness actually does to you. Like, I experienced this firsthand. Like, I have to, before I even can begin, I have to make sense of what I'm about to say. So when I was when I was small, like in kindergarten, the other kids were a bit, I don't know. I will actually have to touch up on that later. So and that made me also asocial, which the adults interpreted as me just being a fucking retard and sending me to another kindergarten. So, and that kindergarten is tailored to, it was a special needs, kindergarten, right? So, and it was really far away, like, and I live in a very rural area, right? That's, why do I ask why do I keep asking, right? Like I don't fucking know. Like I know this shit, right? Oh fuck, I can't stop it. Anyways, so I live in a very rural area, and especially and back then, um, especially when you're a young kid, it is of high importance to have friends around your area, and and I feel like it's also very important to also have friends come over to you. Like my sisters both had it, and it and they, okay, I will also touch up on that later at some point. I actually don't know right now, but still. And my sisters both would have their friends come over because they were like they could literally walk to our house. Like that's how close they lived. And all my friends from my kindergarten and also from my elementary, they lived far away. Far away. And it was a big thing when I ever had friends come over, and during that time it like happened like 4 times. No, legit 4 times that I had friends come over. So with that being said, um, and to come back to the lyrics, full of grief I screamed at the wind. I thought I heard the words of others. So when you are lonely, and as said, I experienced it firsthand. Um, you start, your brain basically starts to to imagine other people being around you, which makes you even more sad than you already are being lonely. But it makes you think like someone is right next to you. Like for me, it is laying in bed and thinking of a girlfriend just laying beside me and cuddling with me, right? And that, and in that moment, you know, like you know that you are not that she's not there, right? Or at least I know, and I know she's not there. Sorry, I. Ah, my language skills are really, I'm underdeveloped. Fuck. Um, I'm, I'm under delivering on that part. Sorry, but I I think of a girlfriend at night in bed, laying next to me and calling with her, and she's not there, and that makes me even more sad than I already am, right? And why do I need to stop this right now? Okay, so anyways, she is not there. It makes me sad, and sometimes I I still live with my parents, right? And I don't wanna disturb them, right? But sometimes I'm just screaming into myself like a silent scream. Um, I'm thinking, and 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 it frustrates me to no end. And that's the first two lines. So next, imprison myself and stay in the shell. I won't let you in to have a story to tell. Um, I when you're lonely, at some point you will actually like think, oh, it has to be this way, and there's no other possibilities, and I cannot have people at my around me that because of something. And see this when I have like my brother family around. Sometimes I just have to leave and go up to my room because I just cannot handle like all these people in my space. And that's actually, yeah, and that's really sad because, well, firstly, a lot of them are like grandparents and stuff, and you are glad to for every second you have with them. And I don't want to come off like it is really like it comes off like very rude, and people will start disliking you if you have that habit, which is why I often just brace myself and just stay there. But of course, they also see that and they smell it like from far away, and and that's something that is just it is a fight that you fight to no avail. So next thing, things tend to drag me down. Don't understand, so they hate me now. So don't understand, so they hate me now. I touched on this previously. Back at my first kindergarten, I I was a very dumb kid, right? And 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 from what I know, I don't remember too much from it. But from what I know, I thought it was like okay to do like asocial things, which eventually led and the other kids started hating me for it, and I got beaten up constantly during that time. So at that point, my parents and the kindergarten teachers were like, "This kid has to go somewhere else to specialists actually kinda who can actually kinda do stuff right and actually kinda help them." Which is why they put me in another kindergarten for special needs. Yeah, and that's a big thing that has contributed to my loneliness actually. So, But anyways, my fear grips the will of stone, my fear grips I'll die alone. So, my fear grips the will of stone. Like, there is a lot of things that I actually wanna do. Like, I wanna have a girlfriend. Not just an imaginary one that is just laying there and I'm imagining her and I get even more sad thinking about her. I want an actual girlfriend. But I before I can think about that, I have to first conquer my problems. And it's actually a bit of a spiral. Like, I need a girlfriend to cope with my problems, but to come clear with my problems. But but to get a girlfriend, I have to come clear with my problems. Like, does that make sense? Yeah. So my grip fears I'll die alone. So okay, I have to think about this a little bit, but I am very afraid of death. Like, I don't, I don't know, like, I don't know what's on the other side, and I'm not quite sure what's on the other side actually. And, and that's actually a big thing that has kept me from doing certain things that I think YouTube won't want me to say out loud. But yeah, and what has oh fuck. Um and what is a bigger fear of mine is that even if I die, I want people be to actually care about it. Like, it's not it well it also what kept me from doing these things is that I still have actual people who actually who I just like I would tear other people down if I would have did it back then. And that's also what kept me from doing it. Like, I actually thought, like, what effect does it have on other people? And when I thought about that, I I thought about like my immediate family and what it would mean to them if I was gone. And that's why, yeah, that's why I didn't do it. And but inevitably it will happen that I die. And at that point I still want people to like be near me and to to care about it and to want me to like I don't know if I could handle just laying there knowing okay, now my time has come and no one is around me and my last moments would be like crying. So, but yeah. Okay, fuck, before I get a mental breakdown. Next, I promised myself somewhere in teenage life I'd never submit to the ones I will not be like. So, so when, so when I finished kindergarten and then went to elementary school, in those days I had established fake friendships. Like, like, it was just like, hey, why you excluding that other kid? Come on, I know he's awkward, but please let him play with you, like, and I was the awkward kid in that situation, and that led me to have fake friendships, like those friends I could absolutely not count on them today, like 100% not. So and then later in middle school, when I actually came back to the kids in my from my area, they were like way ahead, and they had like tight knit friend circles. So, and it was very difficult and borderline impossible for me to come into a friend group and belong, right? So somewhere in teenage life, I'm actually, yeah. So somewhere in teenage life, I I promised myself that I would not submit to those people because it is very apparent that they don't care about me. Like, if I die now, they would not care. If anything, it would actually be very pleasing to them to know that I'm dead. So, and I think that line is out of yeah. So live in a hole, but stay close to my kind, cause they understand what burns in my mind. So my kind, what I think of my kind, it's my family. Like, those are the people I'm 100% convinced that they love me and I, fuck. Like, they love me and my, especially my dad, my dad can read my mind sometimes. It's actually kinda scary. Like, I think of something and he would actually come around and ask me what I about something that I was thinking about that he had like no no clues that I would be thinking about that. Like, I'm an open book to him. And so those are basically my kind, those people, my family. With my mom and my sisters, especially my very little sister, who is like, if I was European, well, okay, no, fuck, this doesn't help. If I was, if I was, listen, if I was a Lexus, she would, okay, no, fuck. If I was a Toyota, she would be a Lexus. That's it. Um, my little sister is going through the same shit as I did at her age, but my mom always tells her to to kind of man up, but she doesn't word it like that because I had it worse at her age. Like, yeah. So, what was it? Oh yeah. And those are the people who I actually love, and I want to commit to them. Even though some things that they have done, would have, I would not have done it. But that's something for a completely different video. So, I still feel incomplete. Friends are few and far between. Well, I already touched on how I keep on imagining a girlfriend besides me. Like, that's literally trying to complete myself, and I feel incomplete. friends are few and far between. Well, I now actually have a friend group now, and I'm very grateful for that. And I sacrifice a lot of things for those guys, which is which I like to do because it's worth it for me. Like it 100% is. Especially when you have been so as lonely as I have been, then you don't want to do anything else than sacrifice shit to those guys. They will actually also kinda give you something back in return, and that would like last like, and those are also people who I can count on. So, but to go, but yeah, and that's basically everything. That's basically those lines. So the next thing is just, and basically the rest of the song is just the hook. Like my fear grips the will of stone, my grip fears I die alone. So, and that's and that's why I think like live in a hole is just written like not necessarily about me, but it fits super accurate about me and describes me in a lot of ways. So, and that's that's it for this video. Go fuck yourself. Bye.